Hey Rising Star 2 fans, it's Todd from Gilla Games. I'm still working on that big new update with the attitude system, so I just wanted to do a little update on where it's at. It's not a lot of visual stuff to show right now because I've been working on a lot of the the calculations behind the scenes when it's determining how audiences react to songs based on attitudes, and also how CDs are sold based on attitudes and the areas that they're sold. So that doesn't really show anything visually, but I do have a few things I can show. Let's just start with the band info, and I think I've shown this before, but I added more to these tooltips so that you can see the entire list of attitudes that each musician has, and if it's compatible, if it's popular attitude for the current region, then it's green. If it's an unpopular attitude for the current region, then it's going to be red. And let me, matter of fact, you can see what's popular or unpopular for the current region, or any region really, by going to the album charts, and it mentions up here for whatever region is selected, the popular attitudes and the unpopular attitudes, which of course are just the opposites from the attitude pairs. Now switch to Europe and you get a whole different set of attitudes. So if I want to, just as an example, show something that's unpopular, try Hometown Pride. Now let me change something here to Hometown Pride. Now if I go back to the band info, see it's red. And also I'm not getting along as well with these two because I got rid of something that, or actually they like Travel, which is the opposite of Hometown Pride. So that was probably a bad one to pick, but example. Okay, so in your song list, there's a new icon here next to these are ones, that have been there for a while. If it's on a CD, it tells you that. If you have an external soundtrack file, it shows there. Well, there's a new icon. It's the attitude icon. And similar to how the musician attitudes show red or green, exactly the same actually, not similar. It'll show you the attitudes that the song has and whether the attitude is currently popular or unpopular in the selected region up here. So you can see there's not really a lot of songs here that have popular or unpopular attitudes. This one has one for the US and Canada. Switch it to Europe. Now you can see this song is going to be very unpopular in Europe. And this one's not so great. These aren't so great for different reasons. Right now Europe is interested in low energy songs. So anything that's a high energy song is going to be a problem. It's going to have a ding on it. But you know what? That evolves every month. An attitude may change in the region. So over time, could several months from now, by the time you even get there, you never know what it's going to be. Well, there is a way to kind of find out. Let me. I'm going to exit the place here. And I actually have a gig today at Agatha's Pub, but I'm going to first go over to the irritating air. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Actually, I'm going to stop here first. Go inside Glorious Shed. Now, I have zero reputation here, so I'm not even sure if it's going to show what I'm going to demo here. You can kind of eavesdrop on people's conversations now. Oh, there you go. And see what they're thinking about. And they're always going to be thinking about something that's either popular right now or will be popular in the next 6 months. But it's mostly what's popular now. And we know from looking at the album charts US and Canada. Satanism, travel, and love are popular right now. So if she's thinking about low energy, that's something that's going to be popular in the future since it's not popular right now. We don't know how far in the future, but up to 6 months. And that's the only person that I can get any information from. And the reason for that is because I don't have any reputation here. The higher your reputation is at the venue, the more people are willing to share their thoughts with you. So let's get out of here and go to the irritating air where I have some reputation. 20 reputation, and 25 is the maximum, so that's pretty high. So I can just kind of walk up, and this person's thinking about love. It's still, you know, even when you're at 25, there's still some people that won't be sharing information with you. Satanism, love, travel, and those are the 3 currently popular things. So it's what you're going to see the most of. Let me go check out what these people are thinking. Low energy. So low energy.
Tonight's band. Get to know them.
Okay. They're not giving anything up. So there's some people upstairs I can go check out. Low energy is definitely a thing coming up because a few people are thinking of that. So that gives you some clues on, you know, if you want to write some songs that have the popular attitudes, you might want to change one of your attitudes to low energy. Actually, low energy is not even an attitude you can choose here. See, because low energy and high energy are just automatically applied to the songs based on the energy level that you choose for the song when you write it. So you can just write some more slow songs. Of course, that might be good for CD sales, but when you're playing gigs, you still don't want to play a bunch of slow songs when people have a bunch of energy. So it's kind of a balancing act. Let's see if these people... Okay, let me get out of here and go to my gig venue. Did I pass it? Oh, yeah, that's it. I just don't have it selected. Go in there. And my repetition here is only a 5, but I might get some info. A lot of people interested in Satanism and love and travel right now. But not a lot of info here because I have only a 5 reputation. I'm going to play my gig now. Got the tutorial on. This is also very useful information when you're playing a gig, because you want to know what's popular right now in this area. So you want to maybe try to avoid songs that have unpopular attitudes if you can. And you can even filter on an attitude if you want to. I have one song with Christianity, one low energy song, no love songs, or you can just filter on everything. So it's definitely adding some new elements to the game, help you manage things and make it more interesting to see what's. It's gonna. I hope it's gonna be more challenging to be successful. Like big time successful. You know, because right now once you hit that certain point where you get the big record label, you still just kind of take off like crazy, and you can't really lose at that point. So the attitudes should make it add an element of luck, but also some strategy on how you kind of plan your attitudes, songs, and everything else with your upcoming schedule, and hope that everything just clicks in place at the time that the album releases. And that's just how it is in real life. The timing of album releases is a huge factor in the success or failure of it. I've also had to spend a little bit of time in the last few days working on some back-end database work for my mobile game Stranded Without a Phone, which if you haven't checked it out yet, It's for iOS and Android. Go get it. It's free. It's supported with some in-app purchases, which are $1 or $2 usually, and totally optional. You can play through the whole game without buying anything, and a lot of people, most of the people do play through it without buying anything. But it's a good way to help support Guilla Games, which goes into the same bank account basically as the Steam income and the Patreon income. So it helps me, continue developing things for Rising Star 2 and anything else that I might be working on in the future. Speaking of Patreon, don't forget I do have a Patreon now, and if you want to help support the Guilla Games and Rising Star 2 development, you can sign up for that. There's a few tiers. The top one gets you some merchandise every 3 months if you stay on for 3 months. And right now we have 8 patrons so far, so it's still a small enough list where I can say everybody's name in the video without taking too long. Thank you to Kevin, and I'm just going to say the first names: Kevin, Mike, Kyle, Phil, Francesco, SR, somebody just has initials, Eric, and Fedor. I hope I said that right. So I'm afraid of saying everybody's last names because I'm probably going to screw them all up, because there's people from France, Russia. I know there's players in Poland and Germany. They're all over the world, and I love that. Canada, U.S. probably. I know there's some Spanish players, maybe Mexican. I know Spanish speaking anyway. Not sure what country they're in. And Brazil. A lot of requests for Portuguese translations, and unfortunately, translations to any language is still way off from now. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and tell all your friends about the game. Have a good one.